Hello, colleague, esteemed faculty members, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. It is an honor to present the culmination of my doctoral research proposal titled Public Policy and Criminal Justice System Reform Implication for Prison Overcrowding in Nigeria. In the next 15 to 20 minutes, I will guide you through the major component of my research, provide a comprehensive overview of design, rationale, and their contribution to academic literature. I will start by providing a brief overview of the prevailing state of criminal justice system um, in Nigeria by highlighting the importance of studying public policy within the ambience of criminal justice system and its effect on prison overcrowding in Nigeria as a sovereign nation. And this will involve my research delving into historical events that shaped the public policy and criminal justice system in Nigeria, starting from the pre-colonial era, uh, period of independent movement, and post-independent era. And this is going to be the research problem. Identify key factors that contributing to prison overcrowding and quality of policy effectiveness in Nigeria criminal justice system, and how can this insight inform a comprehensive criminal justice system reform? Pose the problem that warrant this rigorous academic investigation this research is embarking upon. And next will be the research question. Here, I will outline the specific research question that uh, my my study. Um, Addressing factor contributing to prison overcrowding, the effectiveness of policy strategies in Nigeria. Uh, and once this research questions is identified, then the next activity will be the significance of the study. The research will do everything possible to demonstrate the relevancy of criminal justice reform in Nigeria with a global perspective, discussing how the findings from the study will be a positive contribution to policymakers, practitioners, scholars in advancing their work in the field of criminal justice and academic work. The next will be the literature review. At this point of the study, embarking on comprehensive literature review come to fore, capturing previously documented work on the subject matter that may include journal, both print and electronic, books covering criminal justice, public policies, and prison overcrowding that will afford this research to present existing research comparative studies and highlight the gap in the literature that my study aimed to address. Subsequently, incorporating the theoretical framework come in harness. At this point in my research, I will be incorporating relevant criminological and sociological theories, whereby discussion on the theoretical foundation of public policy, criminal justice system, and prison overcrowding will be explaining the conceptual framework guiding this research. Moving forward from here, the next activity in this research will be the research design and methodology. At this point, detailing the research design for this research is laid open, comprehensively explaining the choice of research approach and the method that will be employed for data collection and analysis. Moreover, the operationalization of the variable and data sources will also be discussed. Of course, the next line will be to present the research findings. Um, at this point, whatever the anticipated finding is presented. Yes, at this point, I will be sharing the insight into public policy dynamism within the criminal justice system and prison population density trend, providing a nuanced understanding of the issue at hand. And what follows next is the discussion of the research. At this point, findings are being synthesized. They will be accomplished by comparing trend across the components of the study, identifying overreaching patterns and trend, followed by detailed discussion of the implication for the policy and society, and thereby providing recommendation for criminal justice reform. Of course, it's going to follow up by the conclusion. Then references will be provided from every source that I consulted while carrying out the research. Now, let's begin. We are beginning by delving into the heart of the research, which is this research question. How does public policy and criminal justice system reform initiative impact prison overcrowding in Nigeria? What are the implications of criminal justice reform in the country of Nigeria? These questions seek to understand the complexity of criminal justice system and prison overcrowding in Nigeria as a sovereign state within the socio-political context, and potential lessons can be learned. The next will be to address the dependent and independent variable, and I'm going to start with the dependent variable. The primary dependent variable in this research is prison overcrowding in Nigeria. This variable refers to the extent of which prison in Nigeria exceeded design capacity, measured by factors such as the number of inmates per cell or per square meter of prison space. Prison overcrowding reflects the imbalance between the capacity of correctional facilities and the number of individuals incarcerated within the facility. It is a multifaceted phenomenon influenced by various factors, including sentencing policy, judicial process, law enforcement practices, societal attitude towards crime and punishment. Next will be to the variable, it's independent variable. I've just talked about dependent variable. And the independent variable in this research are public policy reform and criminal justice system reform initiative in Nigeria. This variable represent factors that may influence or contribute to changes in the development of variables, which is prison overcrowding. The factors include public policy reform, criminal justice system reform, societal attitude, behavior, and economic and social factor. The next is anticipated theoretical significance. And the anticipated theoretical significance of this research lies in the potential to contribute to the several key theoretical framework within the field of criminology and public policy. Of course, the next is going to be the hypothesis of the research. This hypothesis is unproposed. Has the proposed hypothesis of this research has several hypotheses that can be formulated to guide the study. These hypotheses are aimed to test the relationship between independent variables and dependent variables. Moving forward to the next activities is the variable consideration and measurement. Variable consideration and measurement are crucial aspects of the research design, especially while studying complex phenomena like the topic of this research. To measure prison overcrowding, I will be employ indicators such as a percentage of prison capacity utilized, an average number of inmates per cell. Policing will be assessed through measure of police to citizen ratio and type of policing strategy. Sentencing practices will be evaluated uh, based on average prison sentence, length of parole rate, recidivism, and rate uh, of incarceration. Of course, the next will be the data collection. In this research, I will be utilizing the mixture method approach by combining qualitative data collection, which is from government data, uh, and qualitative from the interviewed and the case study data will be inculcated into this research. So it's going to be a mixture of qualitative and quantitative method. The next is the observable implication. The result of this research will provide insight to the impact of various criminal justice policy and practices on the welfare of both inmate and society. It will also highlight the potential area of reform and improvement. The next is going to be the research method. In this research, I will be employing comprehensive research design, which will allow for in-depth analysis of relevant case study across the country of Nigeria. Through a combination of qualitative and quantitative method, the research will investigate the historical development of Nigeria criminal justice system, the evolution of the prison population, policy strategies, sentencing practices, and so on and so forth. The next one is going to be the case selection. Selecting appropriate case as case may be is very crucial and important for obtaining a comprehensive and meaningful insight. This research will consider case selection based on geographical diversity, a variety of jurisdiction, representativeness of facilities, historical content, stakeholder perspective, and so on and so forth. Next generation generability of untreated findings will be the next. Why my research primarily focus on Nigeria? The insight and policy recommendation may be applicable to other countries facing similar challenges in their criminal justice system. The next is going to be the strength and weaknesses. Like in any other research design, this research has its weaknesses and strength. Examining the strengths and weaknesses of this proposed research is therefore essential for understanding its potential contribution and limitation. And by acknowledging and addressing these strengths and weaknesses will enhance the vigor, validity, and relevance of the research findings and recommendation, and ultimately contributing to more informed and effective responses to challenges of prison overcrowding in Nigeria and beyond. The next is the solution to overcoming weaknesses. To address these weaknesses, I will be employing a rigorous data collection and analysis method drawn upon the expertise of local collaborators, experts across the country of Nigeria. Additionally, I will be gathering and making effort to gather as much as possible data from all available sources. The next one is the practical policy implication of this proposal or research. The practical policy proposal policy of this research are very significant. The finding may inform criminal justice reform efforts in Nigeria and beyond. And by understanding what works and what doesn't work in this context, policymakers can develop more effective and equitable criminal justice policy. In conclusion, my research seeks to provide an empirical public policy, um, criminal justice reform, and prison overcrowding in Nigeria, with a goal of advancing the understanding of how these factors impact the criminal justice system. I hope my work will contribute to the literature and have a real world value implication that can lead to meaningful reform. Thank you for your attention, and I look forward to any question or feedback that might help in making this one a very um, reliable and complete research work. Thank you, and God bless you.